Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lei, and if you are new, then
welcome.
For today's video, I am going to be using the BPerfect Carnival palette. This is not a new palette, it's actually new to me. This is my first time using BPerfect anything. And if you follow me on Instagram, part of one of my makeup stories, I said that I had gotten the bundle with all three of the Carnival palettes. So this is the first one, and it has a lot of vibrant and pigmented colors, and that is what I look for when I'm trying to find like colorful eyeshadows. It's Black History Month, as we all know, and I wanted to honor someone in some way, shape, or form. I do like to do colorful looks. So I was thinking of Josephine Baker. When I was in elementary school, I think every year for like 3 years, I did Josephine Baker as my Black History Month, person of interest. I love her energy. I love the energy that she had, and I loved who she was as a person. She is like the first person to make being sexy a thing. You know what I mean? Like before, when you were sexy, you were considered like a trollop, or, sexy and classy were never in the same sentence before she came along. She embraced her sexuality. Yeah, to my knowledge, she was bisexual. She was an undercover agent in France. She completely left America because she wasn't able to perform in certain clubs and went to France and Paris and was completely liberated. She's known for her dance, the banana dance, where she has on that banana skirt, and she's also known for having this cheetah. I think his name was Chunchi or Chica or something like that. I'll have it. I'm gonna, post a little picture of her up. So yeah, I just wanted to honor her, and the reason why I picked this purple and gold color is because when I watched the cartoon Anastasia, there's a brief moment where Josephine Baker walks by, and I actually told my kids about this. So Josephine Baker walks by, and she's in that famous banana skirt, and she has on a purple leotard. So the purple and the yellow is why I kind of did, this. So this look is to honor Josephine Baker. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, let me know some of your favorite Black History icons, and yeah, let's get right into this video. Okay, so I did one eye off camera, and like I said, I'm using the Carnival palette. This palette has some really pretty, vibrant colors. I love the layout. It definitely leaves room for you to be creative. So to start off, I'm going to prep my brows. I'm using the brow glue by NYX or NYX Cosmetics. Let me tell you, this stuff is fire, okay? You guys definitely have to try it. I tried to do like the bush brow, and it actually worked. So I didn't use any other product besides that. So I'm cutting the crease using the P. Louise base in Rumor 3. And yeah, like I said, I am leaving my brows like this, trying the bush brow look. I liked it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it very often, but it was cool to try. So because I'm using vibrant colors, I like to use a white base just so they can show up true to color. So I don't want my brows to be white because in my opinion that looks kind of clownish. The first shade we're going in with is called Liquor, and this is just going to serve as my deep shade. This is the color that I'm pretty much using to deepen my crease, of course. I could have went in with Chant or Chant. It's Chant, but I used Liquor. Next, the main color, the inspiration, is the shade Wasted. I love this shade of purple, and I really wanted it to show through. So instead of making it like the deepest shade, that's why I went in with Liquor. And then I really focused on this purple. To blend out the edges of it though, I'm going in with the shade Foolish, just to make sure that it's nice and blended and it's not just like one dimension. The pink actually really helped make it look very blown out. It was really nice. I was feeling it. So to make sure that everything is blended nicely, I like to go back and forth with each color just to make sure that I have the blend that I like. So that's what you see me doing here. I go in with the deeper shade, the third shade, and just keep going back and forth until I see what I like. Now I'm taking a Q-tip and I'm kind of like making a C shape. I don't typically put base on my eyelid if I'm going to be doing some sort of cut crease, just because, like, I mean, if you really think about it, you put it on your lid and then you wipe it away, or you do a cut crease, you pretty much just wasted that product and you're adding more product to your eyelid, and I just find that really unnecessary. So I typically, if I'm going to do a cut crease or something where I'm focusing on my crease area, I don't put primer or eye base on my lid until I'm ready to do something on my lid. So now I'm cutting the crease, and as you see, I use my fingers to kind of blow out the edges because I'm going back in with that the darker shade. I like my little fan. It's so cute. I got it off of Amazon. It looks like a perfume bottle. I'm using this to dry down my eye base so that it's kind of more tacky instead of wet, because I feel like when you add eyeshadow to like a wet base, it doesn't look that good, and that's just my opinion. So now I'm going in with the shade Hustle, which is really like a greenish, bronzy, gold shade, and it's really pretty. I definitely didn't want it to be like a green because, again, it's the banana dance, so you gotta have like that banana shade. But the yellow shade in here is a matte shade, so I'm going to show you what I did. So after I placed that on the tops, I went in and deepened the crease on the outer corners, so in like circular motions with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I took liquor and added it to the corners, and then I went back in with Wasted and pretty much blend out the edges of liquor and blend it into the gold. So now that I have that greenish gold, I'm going to take a little bit of liquor and just trace over the crease just so that it's nice and sharp and crisp. And then I'm going to go into the lid with the shade Keen, which is more of a banana color, and I'm just going to lightly dust it on top of that gold. What it does is it just gives it a more yellow hue instead of like it being green. And then I tightline my eyelashes using Swerve by ColourPop. I'm not going to be doing a wing because I just didn't feel like it today. I really wanted the eyeshadow to be brought in and not pulled out. So I'm just tightlining so that it makes hiding my eyelashes much easier. So I'm coating my lashes with mascara. And then I'm going in with the Cocoa lashes in the style SoHo. This is like a throwback, but I really wanted it to be like classy slash sexy, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. So now I'm just tracing over my eyebrows because, y'all, like, it was so hard to not use a brow product, but I actually liked it. Moving on to face, I'm using this NYX primer. This is the brightening primer, and it's like an apricot color. I kept smelling it because it smells so good. I love the way these smell. The Makeup Forever one smells way better, but I did like the way it smells, so I kept sniffing it just to make sure that, you know, it wasn't like a full-on dupe, like it might have been the same thing. So I really wanted to be fancy, so I went in with my NARS Radiant Creamy foundation. I used to love this stuff. The thing about high-end foundations, a lot of the times you can feel them. Now that I've been wearing a lot more drugstore foundations, I have found that when I do go back to my high-end foundations, I can feel it a little more. The coverage is, you know, undeniable, and my skin looks so flawless. It's just, I kind of felt it. It could have been the primer because I've never used this primer before, but yeah, together I could definitely feel that I had this foundation on. So I have this CoverGirl concealer, which kind of looks like poop when I put it under my eyes, so I did need to brighten it. So I went in with my NARS concealer in the shade Ginger. Again, high-end concealer, and I have to like continuously dip in the bottle to get my concealer, like, give me some product. The stopper takes off so much of the concealer, and I remember back in the day I used to take the stopper out just so that I could get enough product to get the look that I want. Now, you don't need a lot of concealer, but especially if you're going to be taking pictures, it is good to use, you know, quite a bit. Now, to contour, I'm using this Juvia's Place foundation stick. This is in the shade Sokoto. I can never say this. All of the products that I am using will be down in the description, so I will have the shades down there as well. I like to use cream contour because I just feel like it helps my face keep its dimension throughout the day, especially now that we're wearing like mask and everything. And yes, I do still wear my mask, and I will wear a full face of makeup, no shame. Yeah, so I'm just, you know, blending that out. I feel like it makes it last longer since we are wearing masks. With my nose, I do typically take a little bit longer, so I've been doing it off camera. To set everything, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in shade 30. This is perfect if you are of a deeper skin tone and you want to contour your nose, or even baking. It doesn't leave like a white cast. And I believe the Fit Me line, the powder, has like a shade for everyone, and it's not expensive, and you can definitely get like multiple shades for different things that you might want. You know what I mean? So to set the rest of my face, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in shade 330. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. My face was a little cakey after this, I'm not gonna lie. But, I mean, it was flawless in the photographs, if you believe that. So for bronzer, I'm going in with the Going Coconuts line from ColourPop. I love this powder. It's so pretty and it's very lightweight. And since I did a cream contour, I really didn't need much of this product. It also worked really well on my nose. It wasn't too warm and it wasn't too, you know, cool tone. So my nose, like, it was like the perfect bronze. For a highlighter, I've been loving this Glam Light Sugar Highlight. It's so pretty. It is a little glittery, but I mean, my muse today is Josephine Baker, so you saw all the glitz and glamour for her, so I mean, it's only right? So I'm just dusting away my contour powder, making sure that everything is like blended in and blended nicely. I was listening to music. And then I'm going in with the shade B out of the Juvia's Place Volume 2 Saharan Blush Palette. I'm using my Glam Light. I don't know why that felt like a tongue twister, but I'm using my Glam Light powder brush, and then I'm going back in with Sugar High from Glam Light, and I'm just adding that to the high points of my cheeks. This isn't necessary, and I know a lot of people are starting to fall out of love with highlight, but I absolutely love highlighter on my cheeks. I have tried to get away from it, and I cannot. So just making sure that my brows are, you know, in place. I just wanted to go over it again with the brow glue by NYX, and then I'm using my fan to kind of make sure that it sets in place. I'm tightlining my lower lashes using Swerve by ColourPop. This is their retractable pencil liner, and these are they're like a gel cream liner. They're really nice. I love these, and I buy them over and over and over again because they are that good. Now I'm going in with the same eyeshadows I did on my crease area, and I'm applying that to my lower lashes. I'm using Wasted to kind of blow out the bottom lashes, and then I'm going in with Liquor to tightline my lash line. I forgot that I wanted to use these highlighters, so over top of that I went in with the shade Sinner. I can't really speak too much on it because, like I said, I already had a highlighter on, so it really didn't work. So for lips, I'm going in with Club Hopper. This is by NYX. It is their professional lip liner. And for my lipstick, I'm going in with Kylie's Cosmetics. I believe the shade is Dulce K. Again, everything is down in the description box if you are looking for shade references. And that pretty much completes the look. You set your face and you're good to go, boo. I kept the lips matte just because I just thought they were so pretty. So pretty. And I didn't want to be too like fried chicken jelly donut. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, beauties, stay blessed.